The Galactic Archaeological Commission had been excavating the ruins on Kepler 442b for 3 standard cycles when they found the vault. Dr. Zixthar, a Velnari xenoarchaeologist with over 2 centuries of experience, had never seen anything like it. The metal, if it could be called metal, seemed to shift between states of matter, refusing to conform to any known classification. "This is definitely precursor technology," Zixthar announced to his team, his 4 eyes gleaming with excitement. The Precursors, the mythical first civilization that had seeded the galaxy with jump gate technology millions of years ago, then vanished without a trace. Every species owed their interstellar capability to precursor artifacts, yet no one had ever found a complete site. Until now, the team worked carefully, applying every scanning technique known to galactic science. Quantum resonance imaging, temporal echo analysis, dark matter displacement, nothing worked. The vault remained sealed, its secrets locked behind technology so advanced it might as well have been magic. Then the human arrived. Dr. Sarah Chen stepped off the transport shuttle with nothing but a duffel bag and a coffee thermos that seemed permanently attached to her hand. She was part of the human diplomatic mission. Her species had only joined the galactic community 15 years ago, still considered newcomers by standards that measured time in millennia. "You're the precursor expert they sent?" Zixthar couldn't hide his skepticism. Humans were known for their peculiar problem-solving methods and unsettling persistence. But precursor technology? That required sophistication beyond what such a young species could possibly offer. Sarah shrugged. "Expert, not really. But I've got some ideas." She walked up to the vault, placed her palm against its surface, and frowned. "Huh, weird. We've tried every..." Zixthar began. Yeah. Quantum this, temporal that. I read the reports during the flight." Sarah pulled out what appeared to be an ancient human device, a tablet computer, though she'd modified it with components Zixthar didn't recognize. She pressed it against the vault. The response was immediate. The vault's surface rippled and symbols began appearing, not in any known precursor script, but in what Zixthar recognized as ancient human writing systems. Sanskrit, cuneiform, Egyptian hieroglyphs. They cycled through dozens of human languages, some extinct for thousands of years. The archaeological team stood frozen in shock. Sarah just sighed. "Took you long enough," she muttered at the vault. "What is happening?" Zixthar's voice cracked with confusion. "Why is precursor technology displaying human languages?" Sarah looked at him and something ancient flickered in her eyes. "Because we built it." "Well, not we exactly. Our ancestors, very distant ancestors." The vault opened with a sound like reality folding in on itself. Inside was a chamber filled with technology that made the jump gates look like children's toys. But what caught everyone's attention was the holographic display that activated, showing a map of the galaxy from millions of years ago, with Earth at its center. "That's impossible," Zixthar whispered. "Humans evolved on Earth. Your fossil record, your DNA, it's all documented. You're a young species." "Sort of." Sarah walked into the vault like she'd been there before. In a way she had. Genetic memory was a strange thing. Here's the thing about humans that your scientists probably noticed but couldn't explain. Our DNA is weird. It's got dormant sequences that don't match anything in our evolutionary tree. Sections that look almost like code. She pulled up files on her tablet, comparing them to the vault's displays. "My great-grandmother was an archaeologist. She found something in a cave in Turkey that didn't make sense. Technology that shouldn't exist. Couldn't exist according to our understanding of human history. The government took it, classified it. But she kept copies of her research. Passed them down. 3 generations ago, Zixthar was struggling to process. You've known? Some of us suspected. Most humans don't know. It's above our own government's clearance level. But there were always hints. Ancient myths about sky people. Impossible monuments. Knowledge that appeared too suddenly in the archaeological record." Sarah gestured at the chamber. "Humanity didn't start on Earth, we ended there. After the fall." The hologram shifted, showing a catastrophic event. A war that consumed the galaxy. Weapons that unmade stars. Civilizations extinguished in moments. The original humans were the precursors. We built the jump gates as a failsafe, scattered them across the galaxy before the war came. But we lost. Nearly went extinct. The survivors fled to a backwater planet with no strategic value, Earth, used genetic locks to seal away our technology, our knowledge. Made ourselves forget. Why? Zixthar asked. Because we were too dangerous. Because whatever we fought in that war was drawn to our technology like a beacon, so we pressed reset, became primitive, hoped that by the time we rediscovered the stars we'd be different, better. Sarah smiled sadly. Guess we'll find out if it worked. She touched a console and the vault began transmitting activation codes to every jump gate in the galaxy simultaneously. Ancient systems came online, revealing networks within networks, pathways through dimensions that modern science couldn't even detect. The other species in the galaxy, they're our children in a way, Sarah continued. When we sealed ourselves away, we left behind genetic templates, evolutionary primers on promising worlds. Gave them a chance to develop naturally, to join the community we'd abandoned. You, the Velnari, the Cathaks, all of you have trace precursor DNA. We wanted to ensure that even if we failed to redeem ourselves, intelligence would survive. Zixthar sat down heavily, his worldview crumbling. Why reveal this now? Sarah's expression darkened. Because they're coming back. The enemy. Our long-range probes detected them 3 months ago. They followed the trail we left and they're patient. Whatever we were running from millions of years ago just woke up, and they're heading this way. She looked at the assembled team, representatives of a dozen species, all descendants of humanity's last desperate hope. We need to remember who we were, not to become them again, but to survive what's coming. The galaxy needs to know the truth, needs to prepare. The vault systems hummed to life fully, downloading millions of years of archived knowledge into the galactic network. Every species would have access to precursor technology now. The playing field would level instantly. Will we win? Zixthar asked. Sarah finished her coffee and smiled. A very human expression, predatory and hopeful all at once. We did survive last time, didn't we? And this time we won't be alone.